We have the Bucs and we have Philly. What happened in this game?
Tampa let Jameis Winston have a career day. Tampa let Philly let Winston have a career day and just shit all over them. Like, damn, bro. You know,
Oh,
that was bad.
yeah.
Uh, Philly just, well, let me read you a little stat about
Yeah,
Philadelphia.
tell me the state.
In the month of November, and all credit where credit's due, this is from NFL memes. Put this little clip together.
All right, cool.
The month of November at home, the Eagles are 0-2. The Philadelphia was at the Flyers are 0-4,
Okay.
and the 76ers are 0-6. And the Phillies aren't even playing, but they probably would have lost. So,
Well, on
not a
top of
good
that,
run.
wait. On top of that, the 76ers have not won a game in basketball so
No, they're
far.
like 0-15 or
The
something outrageous.
Phillies were the
That's
worst game in baseball this past season. So that just man, Philly fans do not have a lot to rejoice about right now.
I mean, at least you've got four sports teams. So.
True. Yeah, at least he got him. But at that point, does it even fucking matter if they are losers? Man,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get somebody from Philadelphia to come to my house and beat my ass for saying that.
They're not necessarily known for being most rational people when you start talking about their
Exactly.
teams.
It's like it's always sunny in Philadelphia. What does Dennis say? He's like, no, we're just passionate. We're passionate fans. That's all it is.
Philly that booed Michael Irvin when he like had his career-ending injury. Or they cheered him. I mean, they cheered him when he got hurt. Like, damn, that's ice cold,
Yeah, that
bro.
is ice cold.
But on the as far as this game goes, the numbers that Winston put up were very Cam Newton-esque. They had almost identical stats actually this week.
Hmm.
Cam, I mean, I think Winston
They
actually had
also both
one
scored the
extra yard.
most points this week.
Yeah, no, they did. They did. It was an impressive performance for sure by the Bucs. Because despite what we were just saying and the jokes and stuff, Philly's not really an awful team by any stretch of the imagination. But the Bucs aren't a good team. At least they haven't been. So for them to do what they did to the Eagles is pretty damn impressive. It's got them in the mix, I think, for the playoffs.
It has been.
So
They're not in a wild card slot right now, but they're in the
no,
hunt,
right. They're just outside of
and
it.
they're 5-5. If that
Right.
says anything.
Right. So an okay team that just really put it on the Eagles. It's kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was really surprising. Not that they won, just how bad it was. The Eagles, I think Chip Kelly's probably going to be gone
Oh,
already.
I would say so. This was all the talk about Chip Kelly, uh, of everything that he redid for this team, and before everything started, everybody kept saying he's either going to be a genius or he's a fool, and he's turning out to be the fool right now. And on top of all of that, when he's pushed up against the wall, instead of taking the blame for anything, he's blaming the GM for everything right now.
Right.
That's not looking good for Philly. It's not looking good at all.
Chances are he'll be back in college football next year.
And that's honestly that's the way he was trying to design Philadelphia this year. I think. I think
He had
he.
some success too, early success,
Yeah.
but it's fallen off. I think players have figured out that I mean, just the what he's doing is just a no huddle
And on
offense.
top of that, I think Chip Kelly's making it abundantly clear he wants to go back to college because I think he'd be good for a college program. To be honest, like
Right.
he's set up
He
for it.
was.
Exactly. Well, I mean, he definitely know how it goes, and I think it's a big leap for coaches. Obviously, any college football. I mean, a lot of college programs are different from each other, so that alone is
Right.
hard. But then if you're gonna make it a hunt to make it into the big leagues in the NFL, these coaches you have to realize that you have to change and adjust and realize that this is not college football anymore, or you're a bust. And we've
You
seen
just
it
called the
time.
NFL the big leagues and flying the colleges in the sport. Ooh,
Ooh,
that's like blasphemy to some fans.
sorry, I didn't mean it that way.
Sorry, this is an NFL center show. I don't give a shit. The NFL is a higher level program.
Ooh.
I love college too, but it's just that.
Well, yeah, I mean, I love college too. I'm just saying the point is these coaches have to
Sorry,
realize that the NFL is no longer college football. This
sure.
is maybe not. I shouldn't say big leagues. This is big time. This is like Showtime. This is
Professionals,
it's professionals. I mean, you're not playing against J.J. Watts and Darrell Reeveses and the no-fly zone in college. It's not happening. You're not playing. Well, I was about to say you're not playing against Patrick Peterson in college, but people did. I'm just saying,
Well, they played
not.
against all those guys in college, but they weren't as good yet. You
Well, not
know,
only that, they haven't developed into what they are, and they're not in a team that's already been developed. One player makes a difference in college, but an entire team makes a difference in foot. In the NFL. That's the whole point. Like you can
I
be.
think it's definitely harder for one player to have an impact as large as one can have
Yeah, exactly, and
versus college. Yeah, I would agree with that.
that it's shown time and time again, especially to go back with it goes with coaches is you need to adjust, or if you're gonna still pull out your college schematics, you're not going anywhere in the NFL. It's not happening.
Case in point, Chip Kelly currently.
Yeah. You know what should have been the dead giveaway? The fact that he tried to put Tim Tebow on his team. You know what every team has tried to do with Tim Tebow since the Broncos is they put him as a wild card. And I have a big spoiler alert. Wild card does not work in the NFL. It never has and it never will because it's not college football.
Should have kept him on the team as the quarterback, and they probably would have won some games.
I kind of think so too. I think if, especially now, Sam Bradford being that, I'd rather have Tim Tebow than Mark Sanchez as my quarterback for the Philly right now. I would.
Well, there you go. A
I.
very Philly centric episode.
It truly is. And, it's funny. We
Tampa.
did focus more on Philly in this episode, despite Tampa getting the big win. But
Right.
I think there's a lot more to be said. Of
Well, it hurts me a little bit to admit the Saints are in last now. So I'm okay with this.
yeah, I guess.
I'm okay with this.
And I think there's also a lot more to be said of almost the disaster that's happening in Philly.
Right. I mean, Tampa picked a rookie quarterback, and they're playing better. I think a little bit earlier than anyone expected them to be doing quite so well after last year,
Hmm.
But they're getting early returns on Winston, and good for them.
You
So,
know what the craziest stats I saw about this game before we kind of wrap it up?
what's that?
Jameis Winston had only 250, 260 yards passing. 5 touchdowns, though.
Yeah,
5 touchdowns.
yeah.
With only 200 yards. You know who had more yards than him? Was Doug Martin. He had 200. What? It must have been 230 or 240 rushing yards and 0 TDs. Like, where the fuck were you running this whole time? Did he just run straight to the
Not into
5
the
yard?
end zone.
Yeah, did he just run straight to the red zone and just let Jameis Winston pop in a quick touchdown on him instead? I mean, at that point, it's like, man, if Doug Martin's rushing that much, you might as well just give him the ball. You know he's going to reach the end zone, but apparently they didn't need to. I think it's the most surprising stat out of all of this shit.
That's funny. That is funny. Okay. Yeah.
All right. I think after a big rant about Chip Kelly and everything, you can give us
A little bit of
your
college stuff.
yeah, and college talk. You can see your opinion on what you feel about all of this with Chip Kelly and college football. Foosball's the devil. And you can always like us and follow us on Twitter and Facebook. There's links in the description below. And man, I'm kind of glad that Philly's not playing on Thanksgiving because I'm not ready for another disaster again.
Wow.
Wow.